Ah, you arrive at last. You are late. Did you sleep in due to long hours spent jamming? No matter. Your training begins now. There, near the waterfall, is the essence of water. Surely you can hear it. However, now I will teach you to see and feel it as well. No, we are not jumping in for a swim, though that certainly would be nice. No, you must open your mind's eye to the elements and feel its essence course through your very soul. Do as I do to make the sign of awareness. On both hands, bend your index fingers and extend your... Excellent! Now to harmonize, continue to make the sign of awareness. Bring both hands near each other, like so. Extend your arms. You have now harmonized with the essence of water. There are many more essences in the world. However, do you remember the kata you studied in the dojo? These kata have trained you in the forms to express your elemental harmony. Let us review some simple forms as you begin your first steps. The first form is a simple fist strike. Close all your fingers and strike forward. Your essence will trigger if your grip is sure. Please do this 3 times. The second form is the pointing strike. With this form, you can channel your essence to the distance. Keep your grip tight, but point your index finger. Practice this. Next, we practice a defensive form. This form will manifest your essence in ways to protect you or your allies. Close your fists and keep your hands together. Now, you learn to channel the fury of your essence. Make the same gesture as the pointing strike and hold your hands together as in the defense. Remember well these 4 forms. No matter the essence you wield, they will aid you in your journey. In this land, you can find the essences of water, air, fire, and life. Remember that essences always make a distinct sound. When you hear the elements, open your mind's eye that you may harmonize. May the elements aid you in your journey. Go forth.
どうもありがとうございました。Alright, so here we are in Disciples of Elemental Harmony. I am recording from the Unity editor. Unfortunately, my submission using a PC build borked a bunch of the shaders and kind of messed up performance. Even running in the editor with recording software going, I get better performance than I do on the build, which is quite unfortunate. In the build, you'll see the water is gray instead of the blue. But we will now take a quick run through of the spells. At this point, you've seen 90% of the work that's gone into this. Our sensei is using the water element, as you can see. If you get really lucky on your timing, you can actually shoot out his projectile. But as Sensei said, as you approach the elements, you can hear them. You can see there is something going on here. These cubes in the submission are actually broken. I did have to add a rigid body to them for this. They were originally supposed to be skeletons, but I cut
When
that
you have
absolute last minute.
harmonized with multiple essences, you can switch the essence you are using by focusing on your harmony. This means press the A, B, X, Y, or menu buttons at any time.
So you can see we can swap the elements. So we'll go to the air essence, and so water is, well, you saw water. I won't explain it. Air is all about knocking things around. So you can see if we get up to this cube and punch, we can send things flying a little bit. Or if we switch to projectile mode, we can shoot out our little boomerangs. And they will come back shortly. The gesture system was built in about a day. It's not great. I would want a few weeks to actually do it justice. So the other thing that air can do is if we channel the fury, as Sensei said, we hold our fingers together and go like this, we can get a boom! So that's air. it knocks things around. So if we go over here, and we can find fire element. And if you're playing the build, the fire here is actually set up correctly, so you can send things flying if you hit. You can go like that, and you can see the fire can go flying. But as you can hear the crackle of the flames. That means there is a fire essence here to harmonize with. So now we have the element of fire. And we are going to use the element of fire to fight these skeletons. Fireball is my favorite spell. It is really cool. I made it so it has a little bit of a lob to it, and it does explode when it hits. Or we can get our punching. Or we can charge our barrier. Forgot to show you the air barrier, but it's the same as the fire barrier. Two both fists together, and now we've got a little air barrier. This will deflect enemy projectiles, if there actually were enemy projectiles. Those ended up getting cut. Whenever you switch to a different element, your shield goes away, and we're on the fire again. Oops. And so, okay. Oh, Omayamo Shinderu. I did that terribly, huh? Maybe this isn't gonna work. Oh, Omayamo Shinderu. Now over here is the life essence that we can harmonize with. We now control the essence of life, which is fantastic against undead. At least that was the original plot. So I can show you. These projectiles actually bounce around a little more than the others. They're kind of like little forest critters that roam around. They're pretty cute. And then your punch is like that. We can go over here and punch the skeleton. Ooh. Oh, there he goes. And we have one of my favorite spells. This is the Bob Ross spell. Because, happy little tree. This tree is fantastic. It allows me to hide from the enemy AI that is non-existent. And then I can do whatever I need to be hidden for doing, like patch up my friends or something. You also have the Aura of Life. Ooh, tranquility. Ooh. This aura, the intent is that it heals the player and any allies, but the player doesn't actually have life. But it also applies a damage over time effect to any enemies in the range. And so that is that. I hope you enjoyed watching me play through Disciples of Elemental Harmony. I had a lot of fun making this. It was my first jam ever. Also the first time that I worked in VR. So quite the experience out of the frying pan and into the fire, as they say. Please leave feedback on my submission channel and also review my game. Thank you very much.